In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to trade futures on the Blofin crypto exchange using the mobile app. If you're still relatively new to Blofin and you want to learn how to buy and sell crypto on the spot market, how to deposit assets onto the platform, I cover all that in my Blofin step-by-step beginner tutorial, and I'll be sure to leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll be focusing on futures. I'll show you how to internally transfer your assets into your futures account. Then I'll show you where you can find the different pairings and get you familiar with the user interface. After that, I'll show you how you can change your leverage, I'll explain the margin modes, and I'll demonstrate trades opening long positions and short positions with market orders, limit orders, and how to set up some take profits and stop losses. All of that and more with some tips and tricks along the way. If this is your first time signing up on Blofin, I left you a link in the description of this video as well as in the pinned comment down below. If you use my link when signing up, you're going to save 5% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. Blofin is also often running promotions for people who are signing up for the first time. These can be nice deposit bonuses, giveaways, airdrops, and more. So if you use my link when signing up, you'll save 5% on all your trading fees and be eligible for the current promotion, whatever that might be by the time you're watching this video. And you'll be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. This video is not financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only. Always do your own research before ever using a crypto exchange, including Blofin. I also left you some timestamps in the description down below, so at any point, feel free to skip ahead to a section that might be most relevant to you. Aside from that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Let's get into the video. If you'd like to save 5% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account, just come down here to the pinned comment and click on this link right here. Then you'll be redirected to this page where you can create your Blofin account by using an email or a phone number. So simply choose an option that makes the most sense for you. Then come up with a good password, make sure to read through the terms of service, check this box here, then click on sign up. If you're watching this video on your phone, just come down here, tap on comments, and then tap on the link in the pinned comment right here. And once again, you'll be redirected to a page where you can create an account by simply using an email or a phone number. Once you're ready to create your account, come down here, tap on this box, then tap on sign up. Now, at the time of recording, KYC and VPNs are not necessary to use the Blofin platform, but that could change in the future. So towards the end of this tutorial, I'll show you where to go to get verified just in case it becomes necessary by the time you're watching this video. When you sign into the Blofin crypto exchange from your computer, you can come to the home page by simply clicking on the Blofin logo, top left-hand side of the screen. Right here below Trade Now, you'll find a QR code icon. If you hover your mouse over top of that, a QR code is going to drop down, and you can scan that QR code with your phone in order to get the app. But I'll also point out that you can get the app from the Google Play Store, and you could also get the app on the Apple App Store. So simply download the app to your phone, install it, and then sign into your Blofin account. And I'll see you on the next step of this tutorial. And here's the home page once you sign into the application. Now you'll notice right here there's a deposit button. If you tap on that, that'll take you to a crypto deposit form where you can deposit assets onto the Blofin platform from a wallet or another exchange. If you tap right here where it says buy crypto, that's going to take you to an order form where you can purchase crypto using fiat through a third-party service provider. Now, if you need any help with that or would like to learn more about the details of how that works, I do cover that in my Blofin step-by-step beginner tutorial, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I want to focus on the futures trading. But before we get into that, if you scroll this navigation bar over just like so, you're going to find a button right here that says rewards. If you tap on that, that's going to bring you over to a rewards page where you can claim up to $5,000 worth of bonuses, at least at the time of recording. Perhaps even more by the time you're watching this video. Now, some of these are nice and simple, like first deposit will get you 2 Tether, first trade 2 Tether. Not a very meaningful reward, but if you scroll down a little bit further here is where you're going to find some of the deposit bonuses. And these are the bonuses that are likely to benefit users the most. Now, if you scroll down a little bit further here, you're going to find a section that says note down at the bottom, so right here, as well as a section that says terms and conditions. So be sure to give that a read through. Now, if you're going to be doing any of these anyways, just make sure to come into this rewards page and claim some of these bonuses. Don't leave any money laying on the table here. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the back button, top left-hand side of the screen. Before trading on the futures market, you'll have to transfer your assets into your futures account. Now, there's no fee to get this done. This is simply an internal transfer. So to do this, we'll tap down here, bottom right-hand side where it says Wallets. Then on this page here, if you're set to Overview, you can see in my case that I am. You'll find a transfer button right here, but you can also toggle to your futures account by just simply tapping on it, either at the top of the screen, or you can tap on it down here where it says Futures. You'll also find a transfer button right here. So I'll just go ahead and tap on Transfer. And this will bring you over to the transfer form where you can transfer your assets internally between all your accounts. So you can see in my case here that I'm already set up to transfer from funding and into futures. But if I wasn't, I'd tap right here where it says funding, and then I'd select the account that I wish to transfer from. Down here where it says futures, if I wasn't already set to that, I'd tap where it says futures, and then I'd select it from this drop-down menu. Down below, you'll be able to see your available balance. So you can transfer a custom amount if you wish, something like this. Or if you want to transfer all of it, just tap here on max. Then tap on confirm. And just like that, I transferred my tether from my funding account and into my futures account. So I'm just going to go ahead and tap on back, top left-hand side of the screen. And as you can see, the tether has arrived in my futures account. Now I'm ready to trade on the futures market. To view the different pairings, as well as to get into the user interface, what we'll do is we'll tap down here where it says Markets. Then make sure you're set to Futures by simply tapping on Futures up at the top of the screen there. Now, at the time of recording, the only market type available is Tether. You can see that right here. This means that all these pairings down below, profits and losses will be settled in Tether. In the future, I imagine that Blofin will be adding different market types, and when they do, you'll likely find them up at the top next to USDTM. So simply tap on the pairing that you wish to trade, or you can search for one by tapping on the search icon top right-hand side of the screen. Then just type in the ticker of the pairing you wish to trade. Once that pairing comes up, just tap on it down below. And that's going to bring you into the user interface where you'll find your price action chart, as well as your order book and recent trades. Up at the top of this page here, you can easily change the pairing by simply tapping right here. So in my case where it says BTC USDT. From here, you can simply tap on the pairing that you wish to trade. Alternatively, you can search for one by tapping on the search bar and then typing in the ticker of the pairing that you wish to trade. I'm fine with Bitcoin, so I'll just go ahead and tap on cancel. Here is where you'll be able to see the price action chart, and you'll find your time frames for the chart up at the top here. You can see in my case, I'm currently set to a 4-hour. That means each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours of time. If you want to change the time frame, just tap on the time frame you wish to view. So if I was to tap right here on 1D, now I've changed the chart to a daily chart. So down below, each one of these candlesticks now represents a day of time. If you want to find additional time frames, just tap right here where it says more. Then tap on the time frame you wish to view. Just below the chart is where you'll find your indicators, and you can add one by simply tapping on it. So if I want the MACD, I would tap here on MACD. And now I've added the moving average convergence divergence to the bottom of the chart. If you want to get rid of that, just tap on it again. Nice and simple. If we scroll down a little further here, this is where you'll find your order book, and this is showing you where market participants have placed their orders to open long positions, to open short positions, or their take profits on their positions. And they're doing that by placing limit orders, which I'll be showing you how to do in this tutorial. On the left side here in green, we have what's known as the bids. These are the price points that market participants have placed their orders to open long positions, or their price points where they're going to take profits on their short positions. On the right-hand side here in red, we have what's known as the asks. These are the price points that market participants have placed their short orders or their take profits for their long orders. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price off the order book, and the trade is executed immediately. If you want to see these trades happening in real time, just tap right here where it says trades. And here's where you'll find all the trades being executed in real time. All the buys are coming in green, and all the sells are coming in red. When you want to get back to your order book, just simply tap on it. And of course, down at the bottom is where you have an option to buy long, so if you're betting on the price to go up, or to open a short position if you're betting on the price to go down. Either one of these buttons will bring you over to the order form. So I'll just go ahead and tap here on buy long. And here's where you're going to find the order form where you can open long positions, short positions, and set take profits and stop losses. You can also change the pairing from here if you tap up at the top. So in my case where it says BTC, USDT, then of course, just tap on the pairing you wish to trade. Right here, you can see in my case, I'm set up to trade market orders, but if you tap where it says market, here's where you can select different order types. And I'll demonstrate some of these in this tutorial. And right next to the order form, you'll also be able to see your order book. So all the asks up above and all the bids down below. That price point in the middle is the price point that the asset is currently trading at, also known as the mid price. So all the asks up above are greater than the mid price, and all the bids down below are less than the mid price. I'll also point out above the order book, you'll see your funding rate. So at the time of recording, you can see that there's a positive funding rate of 0.0067%. This means that any traders holding a long position are paying that funding rate to traders holding a short position. If you ever see a negative funding rate, that means that traders holding short positions are paying that funding rate to traders holding long positions. And you can see each funding period has a countdown timer. So in this funding period, we can see that 4 hours and 59 minutes remains. When that counts down to 0, a new funding period will begin. Now, it's always a good idea to pay attention to this funding rate, because if you ever see a really high funding rate, that means that it's becoming expensive for traders to hold on to their positions. And often you'll see a really high funding rate at an inflection point on the market. This funding rate right here, I would consider a very low funding rate. So this wouldn't necessarily be a canary in the coal mine. But when that funding rate gets really high, that can sometimes be an indicator that there's going to be an inflection point on the market, whether that's for the short, mid, or long term. But always a good idea to pay attention to that funding rate. And right above the order form is where you'll find your margin mode as well as your leverage. So you can see in my case here that I'm currently set to isolated margin mode and 2x leverage. So if you want to change your margin mode, you can just tap right here. So in my case where it says isolated, and here's where you can toggle between cross margin as well as isolated margin by simply tapping on it. So I'll go ahead and tap here on cross. Now down below, you'll find a brief description of what each margin mode is. But in a nutshell, if you're trading on cross margin, Blofin is going to use your entire futures account as collateral across all of your positions. So if you get liquidated when you're using cross margin, you'll lose your entire futures account balance. Now, there are some cases where cross margin can prevent you from getting liquidated. For example, let's say you have two open positions. You have a long position on Bitcoin and you have a long position on Ethereum. Let's imagine that your Bitcoin position is going profitably. And let's imagine that your Ethereum position is going against you. The winning position that you have open will be temporarily offsetting the losses of your losing position. So in some cases, cross margin can prevent you from getting liquidated. But the key takeaway is just know that if you do get liquidated on cross margin, you're going to lose your entire futures account balance. Now, this is a beginner's tutorial, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate with isolated margin mode, so we'll go ahead and tap on that. In a nutshell, isolated margin mode means that only what you put into one particular position as collateral is used as collateral. So if you have a position that gets liquidated on isolated margin mode, you'll lose the collateral that you put into that position, not your entire account balance, unless you put your entire account balance into one particular trade. So being that this is a beginner's tutorial, I'll just go ahead and leave this set on isolated margin mode. Cross margin certainly has its benefits, and in the future, maybe I'll do a tutorial on trading specifically with cross margin. But for now, we'll leave this on isolated. We'll come down here and tap on confirm. Now, as you can see, I'm still set to isolated margin mode. Now, if you'd like to adjust the amount of leverage that you're using, you can tap right here. So in my case where it says 2x. And here's where you can adjust the amount of leverage. You can tap right here. I can type in 5x. And alternatively, you can use this slider bar down below. So yes, leverage can maximize your gains. But it's important to note that leverage also maximizes your losses or gets you completely liquidated. The more leverage that you use, the easier it is to be liquidated. So always keep that in mind whenever you're choosing the amount of leverage that you wish to use. So you can see right here, I'm on 10x. This means that I can open position sizes 10 times greater than the amount of collateral that I put into the position. If I was to reduce this, say down to 2x like so, that would mean I can put on position sizes 2 times greater than the collateral needed to open the position. The more leverage that you use, the easier it is to be liquidated. So always keep that in mind when choosing the amount of leverage you wish to trade with. I'll just leave this on 2x. So I'm going to come down here and tap on confirm. So as you can see above the order form, I'm set to isolated margin mode and I'm using 2x leverage. First, I'll demonstrate a market order. These order types are nice and simple. They'll execute immediately at the best available price off of the order book, whether you're opening a long position or opening a short position. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we're set to market. So if you're not, just tap right here. Then select market from your order types down below. Next, we need to choose the size of the position that we wish to open. We can do that in this amount box right here. Now, in my case here, you can see this amount box says BTC, which is the underlying asset that I'm currently trading. But we can tap right here where it says BTC, and I can actually change the amount box over to Tether by tapping on Tether down below, just like so. Now I can choose how much Tether I wish to put in this position as collateral. So now we can do that by tapping on the amount box and typing in a custom amount if we wish. And of course, you'll be able to see your available balance up at the top here. So you'll know exactly what you're working with. So if I wanted to do 100 Tether, I could type it in like so. And alternatively, you can use the slider bar down below. So if I was to slide this up to say 54%, that would put 54% of my available balance into this position. If I slid it up to 100% like so, that would put all of my Tether into this position. But of course, choose your position sizes accordingly. So what I'll do is I'll just tap right here and I'll just type in 100 Tether. Then I'll tap on done. Once you get your market order set the way that you want it, you'd come down to the bottom here. You tap either on buy long if you're betting on the price to go up, or you tap on sell short if you're betting on the price to go down. I'll demonstrate with buying long, so we'll tap right here. Then you'll get an order confirmation, so you can confirm the details are what you intended. So you can see in my case here, I'm putting 100 Tether as collateral into this position. The order price says market, so that means this will execute immediately at the best available price off the order book. And down below that, we can see my estimated liquidation price coming in at 30,722. So if this trade was to go against me and the price of Bitcoin falls all the way down to that liquidation price, that means my position would get liquidated and I would lose all the collateral that I put into this position. Now, a quick tip with this, the more leverage that you use, the closer that liquidation price is going to be to your entry price. I'm only on 2x leverage, so my liquidation is way down at 30,000. But if I was using 10x leverage, this liquidation price would be way closer to the current price of Bitcoin. So always keep that in mind when choosing the amount of leverage you wish to trade with. So if the details of your order are what you intended, come down here and tap on confirm. And just like that, I opened that long position at the best available price off of the order book. If we scroll down this page, we can see the open position right here under positions. Now, if you'd like to add a take profit as well as a stop loss to your open position, you'd come down here and you'd tap on this plus sign next to where it says TPSL, just like so. Then you'll get a pop-up where you can set a take profit target as well as a stop loss. So just for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I'm targeting 70,000. I'd tap right here on TP trigger and I'd type that in. Then I'm going to make sure that this box right here is set to market. That means if 70,000 gets hit, my position will be sold into profit at the best available price off the order book. So now we'll scroll down a little bit further here. I can see how much Tether in profit I'll be earning if this take profit target gets hit. And if we scroll down a little bit further here, here's where we can set our stop loss by simply tapping on this box right here. And for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to put a stop loss at 59,990. I would just type that in, 59,990. Next, I'll make sure that this box right here says market. So that means if the price of Bitcoin hits 59,990, that this stop loss will trigger immediately and sell my position at the best available price off of the order book. And right down below that, you'll be able to see what your estimated loss would be if your stop loss gets hit. Once you have your take profit and stop loss set the way that you want it, we'll just tap here on done, and then we'll come down here and tap on confirm. Now I've added a take profit as well as a stop loss to this open position. And we can now see that right here beside TPSL. At any point, if you want to close your position manually, you can tap right here on close. You can choose how much of the position you wish to close with this slider bar right here. If you want it to close right away, make sure this box is set to market right here. Then you come down and tap on confirm. And just like that, I close that position at the best available price off of the order book. Now I'll show you how you can set a take profit and stop loss while you're opening your market position. So we're going to scroll back up. We'll make sure we're set to market on this box right here. And now we'll choose the size of the position that we wish to open. I'll just go ahead and do 100 tether again, just like so. Next, we can tap right here where it says TPSL. Now I can set a take profit and a stop loss in these two boxes here. So for this demonstration, I'll demonstrate a short position, betting on the price to go down. So for my take profit target, let's just imagine I'm targeting 55,000. I'd tap on this box right here, and I'd type in 55,000, just like so. And now I'll set a stop loss. So if I look at the mid price right here, I can see the price point that Bitcoin's currently trading at. And let's imagine that I want to set a stop loss at 62,010. So I'll scroll down, tap on this box right here, and I'll type that in, 62,010, just like so. Once you have your market order set up the way that you want it, as well as your take profit and stop loss, we would scroll down here. And in my case, I want to open a short position. So I'm going to tap right here on sell short. Then we'll get our order confirmation details so we can confirm it's what we intended. And if you notice down here, you can see that there's a take profit target that's going to be added at 55,000 and a stop loss that's added at 62,010. So this looks good to me. I'm going to come down here and tap on confirm. And just like that, I opened that short position at the best available price off of the order book. We can see that open position that I have, and you can see that I have a take profit and stop loss right down here. But we can also come up and tap where it says open orders. And we can also see our take profit and stop loss here as well. Now, if you want to cancel those, you can just simply tap right here on cancel. Now, as you can see, I just got rid of that take profit and stop loss. And of course, if you want to close this position manually, we'd tap right here on position. We'd come down to the bottom and we'd tap on close. Then choose how much of the position that you wish to close right here. If you want to close it right away, make sure that this box is set to market. Then we'd come down here and tap on confirm. And just like that, I closed that position at the best available price off of the order book. Now I'll demonstrate a limit order. And these order types give you the ability to choose a price point that you wish to place an order to open a long position, or a price point that you wish to place an order to open a short position. But you will need the price of the asset to reach your order price before your order will fill and execute into a position. So the first thing we need to do is tap right here where it says market. Then we'll come down under order type and we'll tap on limit. Now we need to choose a price point that we wish to open a long position or a price point that we wish to open a short position. I'll demonstrate with a long position first. So I can see in the mid price of the order book that Bitcoin's currently trading around 61,308. And let's imagine that I think it's going to pull back to 61,000, and maybe I want to place an order to open a long position at that price point. So I'd tap on this box right here that says price, and I would type that price point in. We'd go 61,000 just like so. Now we need to choose the size of the position that we wish to open. So my amount box is currently set to tether, so I can just tap on it like so. And now I can choose how much of my tether I wish to put into this order. Of course, you'll see your available balance up at the top, so you'll know exactly what you're working with. So for this demonstration, I'll go ahead and just type in 100 tether just like so. Then I'll tap on done. Once you have your limit order set up the way that you want it, you'd scroll down to the bottom here. And in my case, I want to open a long position, so I'm going to tap right here on buy long. Then you'll get your order confirmation details, so confirm they are what you intended. So in my case here, I'm placing an order at 61,000 to open a long position. I can see my estimated liquidation price if this order was to fill, and that's coming in all the way down at 30,625. This looks fine to me, so I'm going to come down here and tap on confirm. Now I've placed that limit order onto the order book to open a position to go long at 61,000. If we tap right here where it says open orders, we'll be able to find the details of our limit orders. So if the price of Bitcoin retraces to 61,000, this order is going to fill and open me a position to go long. So from there, I'd be wanting the price to go up for this trade idea to be profitable. At any point, if you want to cancel your limit order, you just tap on open order, then you tap right here on cancel. And just like that, I took that limit order off of the order book. So now I'll show you how you can use a limit order to open a short position, but I'll show you how you can set a take profit and stop loss while you're placing your limit order. So we'll come back up to the top here. If you're not already set to limit, we'd tap right here. We'd select limit from the order types. And now we'll choose a price point to open this position. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate with a short position this time. So I can see in the mid price of the order book that Bitcoin's currently trading around 61,363. And let's imagine that I think Bitcoin's going to come up to 62,000 and then make a move to the downside. And maybe I want to try placing a limit order to open a short position at that price point. So we'll tap right here on price and I'll type that in. We'll go 62,000, just like so. Of course, I can choose the size of the position that I wish to open in this box here. So I'll tap on amount and we'll go ahead and we'll do 100 tether, just like so. Now I'll tap on done. Now I can come down here and tap where it says TPSL. And now I can put in a take profit and stop loss while I'm placing this limit order. So let's just imagine I'm targeting 55,000 as my take profit if this order was to fill. So we'll tap here on TP and I'll type in 55,000 like so. And let's imagine that I want to set a stop loss at 62,250. We'll tap right here on SL. We'll type that in, 62,250. So if this order was to fill at 62,000 and the price was to continue going up, hitting 62,250, this trade will hit the stop loss and my trade will be closed in a small loss. So once you have this set up the way that you want it, you'd come down here and you'd open your position. So in my case, I want to open a short position, so I'll tap here on sell short. Of course, confirm the details. And down here, you'll see that there's a take profit at 55,000 and my stop loss is 62,250 if this order fills. So this looks good to me. I'm going to tap here on confirm. And now I've placed that limit order onto the order book. If we come down here and tap on open orders, we can find the details of our limit orders. If I scroll down a little further here, you can see that there's a take profit that'll be added at 55,000 and a stop loss that will be added at 62,250. If at any point you want to edit any of this, you can just tap on this pencil icon right here. And then you can modify the details of your order. If you want to change the price point, you can tap right here. And then you can type in an amended price point. So let's just imagine I want to move that up to 62,100. And if you want to change the take profit and stop loss, we'll tap right here. Scroll down. Let's just say I want to adjust this down to 54,500. We go something like this. I'll make sure this box is set to market. That way, when the take profit gets hit, this position will be closed immediately in profit. And for stop loss, we'll come down here. Let's just imagine we want to move this up $100. So we'll go something like this. I'll make sure this is set to market once again. That way, if this position fills and that stop loss gets hit, my position will be closed immediately at the best available price off the order book, and I can avoid getting absolutely wrecked. Once we got it configured the way that we want it, we'll come down here and tap on confirm. And now I've changed all the details of that order. So if we come down here, we can see the take profit's been moved to 54,500. Stop loss was moved to 62,350. And the price point of this limit order has been moved up to 62,100. So if the price of Bitcoin hits 62,100, this order is going to fill. And if this order fills, that take profit and stop loss will be added at the same time. If at any point you want to cancel this, you just tap right here on cancel. And just like that, I took that limit order off of the order book. And that's how you can use limit orders. To get verified on the Blofin platform, you just come up here, top left-hand side, tap on the Blofin logo. Then come down here and tap where it says identification. On this page here, tap where it says personal information verification. Now you're almost ready to begin the KYC process. So for this process, you're going to need a government issued document, such as a driver's license or passport. You're also going to need to take a selfie. When you're ready with your documents, just come down here and tap on continue. Next, you'll need to select the country that issued your document by tapping right here. Then select it from this drop-down menu, or you can search for it in the search bar. After that, tap on the document that you're going to be using to verify your identity. On this step here, you're going to have to take a photo of that document and submit it to Blofin for verification. Once Blofin has had the chance to verify your documents, you'll be all set and your account will be verified. And there you have it, your introduction to trading futures using the Blofin mobile app. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also, feel free to check out my other Blofin tutorials, which I've put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.